If you have an FHA mortgage with a high interest rate, an FHA Streamline Refinance can be a great way to reduce your monthly payments without a ton of hassle and paperwork. Now in this video, I'm going to break down how it works, who qualifies, and whether or not it's the right situation for you if you're looking to refinance your home and take advantage of the lower interest rates right now. But first, what exactly is an FHA Streamline? If you guys have a mortgage that's backed by the Federal Housing Administration, otherwise known as FHA, then an FHA Streamline is just pretty much a unique type of refinance that can help you secure a lower interest rate or change the terms of your loan with literally very minimal paperwork. The process is very straightforward. It can close in as little as 7 to 12 business days. And really some of the reasons why it's such a fast process and why it's called a streamline, it's because it doesn't require an appraisal and there is no income verification. And really in some cases, there isn't even a need for a credit score to qualify. With an FHA Streamline, you do have a couple of options and they're pretty easy to distinguish. You have the credit qualifying and the non-credit qualifying Streamline Refinance. The credit qualifying Streamline is a little bit more in-depth. It requires a credit check and there is income verification, but check this out. There is no debt to income ratio requirement. So maybe if your income has decreased since you originally got your FHA mortgage or your expenses have gone up, it doesn't really matter because there is no debt to income ratio. Now, the non-credit qualifying Streamline is a little bit more loose. There is no credit check. There is no credit verification required. So if you now believe that your credit score is pretty low, maybe you have something under 580 for a typical FHA loan, or maybe you lost your job or something along those lines, then probably this will be the best way to move forward. In both cases, you do have to be on time with your payments and you cannot have more than one 30-day late mortgage payment in the last 12 months to take advantage of an FHA Streamline. And for both situations, again, there is no appraisal required, so you do save that little bit of money, which is great when it comes to refinancing. Now, between the two options, I generally advise my clients, if they meet the terms, to do the credit qualifying Streamline because it does offer better interest rates and pricing than a non-credit qualifying Streamline. For many people who bought a home in the last couple of years when FHA rates hovered around 7 to 8% in some cases, they can now take advantage of lower interest rates because, well, currently FHA rates are somewhere around 6%. So if you owed $500,000 on a mortgage with a 7.5% interest rate and you're probably paying somewhere around $3,500 a month, if you did an FHA Streamline right now with a 6% interest rate, then you'll be lowering your payment to somewhere around $3,000 a month and saving yourself about $500 a month on your payment. Now, obviously, the level of savings for you is going to be determined by the balance that you owe, how much your current interest rate is, and also, well, how much you can get your new interest rate to be lowered by. Now, the second benefit is that you can use an FHA Streamline to convert an adjustable rate mortgage into a fixed rate mortgage. That doesn't really apply to a lot of people because adjustable FHA loans really haven't been popular over the last maybe 4 to 5 years. But if you did take advantage of something called a 2-1 buy down program, now your interest rate is about to reset into the higher interest rate, then you can use the FHA Streamline to lock in and ensure that you have a lower fixed interest rate. All right, now let's talk about the cost of doing an FHA Streamline refinance. And this is something that you really need to consider because if you're looking to refinance, there are always going to be some cost of doing the transaction. And really, these closing costs are going to be depending on two main factors, in my opinion, one being your loan amount and second, the state where you live. Now, everything might sound good so far to you if you want to take advantage of an FHA Streamline, but there are some downsides to doing this type of refinance. And I want to talk to you guys about it so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Now, the biggest disadvantage of doing an FHA Streamline is that unlike a regular refinance, it does not allow you to finance the closing costs into the new loan. So either the mortgage company has to increase your interest rate of your new loan to cover for those closing costs, or you have to pay them in cash or maybe you'll do a combination of both. Now, normally when you refinance, because of prepaid interest that gets charged onto the new loan as part of the closing cost, homeowners can typically skip 1 or 2 months of payments. Now, with our clients who do an FHA Streamline, I advise them on bringing those 2 payments to the closing table so that they can cover their closing costs. Now, with an FHA Streamline, you do get a refund for the original upfront mortgage insurance premium that you paid when you took out your FHA loan, and really depending on how long you've had the mortgage for, that refund can be put towards your closing costs. And if you want to find out how much refund you'll be able to get from your old original mortgage insurance premium, head over to our website at andysmortgage.com/FHA Streamline altogether to see the mortgage insurance refund factors. All right, guys, that's basically all about FHA Streamlines. It's a really easy program to understand. It's very fast, closes really, really quickly. For some of you guys, it can make a lot of sense, especially if you have a high balance on your loan, then you're gonna see significant savings. But maybe for some of you guys, it might just make more sense to do a full FHA refinance and maybe be able to finance the closing costs, skip a couple of mortgage payments, and that's gonna help you guys maybe a little bit more in the long run. Hope you guys liked the video, and if you have any questions, just put them in the comment box below, and I'll put a couple of links as well in the description box, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.